guys?
Hi, man.
Welcome to the Never Enough Said with Ha'ani. I'm your host, Ha'ani, and today we have our guest.
Nathan Gonzalez.
David Burke Jr.
And Brandon Smith.
So, we're on film class. So, what do you think about this class? Like, what's the best things and what's the worst parts of it?
Worst part is how much work we do, but
Absolutely.
it's reasonable. I mean,
No, I was talking math.
Like, to me, it's the fact that we get, like, projects almost weekly.
yeah, with our schedules right now, I have to sacrifice a lot to make sure I turn this in.
On top of that, the mini assignments, the warm-up things we got to do, the lectures he gives us almost every day.
Bro, you're like the only one who complains about the lectures. Don't be that bad.
It's not even the lectures. It's just the warm-ups. He gives us like 5 warm-ups a week, and then he also gives us the answer after reading questions. I
forget about those. I finally did it for the first time early this week.
I be staying on it, though.
I forget to check them, like, in my, like, at home, like, on my laptop. I forget to check those.
Sorry.
Bro, no. Because tell me why. So, Ha'ani right now, she's eating chocolate.
Why are you exposing?
Because I'm gonna explain. So I'm and my band, the band for Ellison, we're doing a fundraiser and we're selling chocolate. Tell me why they sent an email this morning saying that we can't sell at the school. How am I supposed to?
I've never heard of that because kids still be.
How am I supposed to raise funds if I can't sell at the school?
When literally that's where you would get most of your, if not all your profit from.
Exactly.
If you go to games and stuff like that, you'll still make a decent amount of profit. But nowadays, bro, like me and my family, this is like we get maybe 1 weekend a month off. And we're literally traveling all around Texas all the time. So we really don't get that much time to do that. So when KISD does stuff like that, it's just very annoying. And
Yeah.
let's go back to another topic. How do y'all feel about the clear bag policy that's coming around?
I'm not even going to buy a bag. I'm just bringing a folder. I'm bringing a folder because I don't need anything else.
Like, it has to be fully clear. Like, you can't use, like, little bags or nothing.
I think it was 6x9 they put in the email. I think that's what they put.
Yeah, it's got like.
And they put a link in it for
It
Amazon.
got to be like a super like small pouch bag thingy that's not clear. That's the only thing.
Yeah, and like I've heard that those bags, like they break so often. Like the clear bags, they break really easy.
Yeah, they do. Still will have our phones out. I hope you know that's not gonna solve
Exactly. So
anything.
this is not gonna solve. If that's what this
Right.
is about, it's not gonna solve.
Like I'm literally gonna wear shorts.
Edit that out, by the way.
No. Keep it on. Keep what I say on. Because I want to go on a rant, but I'm not.
I'm literally gonna wear shorts under my pants and put my phone there because
that's
you
what I do
can't
every
stop
day.
me.
I just put it in my pocket.
They
And
don't
it
even
doesn't even
search
go off.
you.
They don't even. That's
They
what I feel
only
like these
up the
metal detectors
sensitivity
were for.
because of the Smith in situation. The only thing it does is dings everyone's backpack. Like
Right.
Or if not, well, yeah, it dings more often. It doesn't ding my
Yeah,
backpack.
it dings a lot more
It dings a
often.
lot more now.
It doesn't ding mine, but
Cause like literally yesterday when I went to shop, I had a soda can in my backpack. Actually, the past 3 days I had a soda can in my backpack and it went off. But that's literally, I said that's probably what it is. Cause everything else in there I keep in there every day, and then all of a sudden when I bring a soda can, it goes off. So
yeah. I haven't done it recently, but usually I bring my flute when I bring it home and I bring it back. I put it in my backpack and it doesn't beep, but I haven't done it with a new sensitivity, so I don't know if it's going to beep anymore, but
it most definitely probably is, or they're gonna search it just in case.
yeah.
Should make it really. There'll be like maybe one teacher that's rude, but majority of the time they get it done fast. Like going into the school is not a
at
problem.
Ellison, bro.
Really?
Shoemaker?
Yeah, I get in fast every day.
Wait, what time do you get to school?
Depends on the day. I'm not gonna lie. If my brother's up, we get there around like 8:20, 8:30.
See? No. Like,
In the beginning, it's probably hectic, but towards
towards the end, no.
I begin there at 8:30,
like-
8:40. I still get in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be the days. No, 'cause Monday usually.
There'll be certain days. Yeah,
Monday. Monday is the day. 'Cause I'll go at like 4. Hello. 8. Like 8:40, and then I don't get in until like 9.
9.
Yeah.
Whoa, 9. Jesus.
And then you have teachers like Miss Koshi who are monkey
yeah.
lady,
regardless,
No.
regardless, no matter
I
what.
just be walking up in there 'cause
it's,
Nah, bro.
it's easy for me to get in the building because, well, I get dropped off sometimes, or I get dropped off from the bus, or I get dropped off by my parents. I don't even go through the front. I can't go through the front door because there's so many kids there, and you know with the new up sensitivity, it's just hard for me to get in. It's gonna take a long time, so I just go through the side entrances.
Yeah, no. At Ellison, for some reason, we're not using the front entrance. What we're doing is we're going through the gym, and we have to they check our yonders and stuff, and then we have to go around and go through the cheerleader hallway, and that's where like the big line gets, and it's like super crowded all the time.
That's the one thing I gotta complain about. The system has to be faster. There's got to be multiple entrances, more than just 2 doors. Like a shoemaker, I think there's only 2 doors. There should be at least a door at every
They used to have
section
that.
of the building.
There's only 2 entrances at shop. It's one by it's like the hallway that separates the gym and the auditorium, and it's like the door that's by the cafeteria.
Maybe not enough metal detectors. There has to be enough
No,
for at least for
no,
high school.
There's not, because they spent all their damn money
On the
On
on the
yonder.
pouches,
On
yeah.
yonder.
And now they gonna spend it on them stupid clear backpacks.
No. They said we have to buy them. They're not
Yeah,
providing.
we have to buy 'em.
Yeah, no, I'm going with a folder. Like,
Just wait till she shows videos for future episodes. Because
okay.
Brandon is gonna make y'all laugh.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna bring my normal black backpack to school, and if
They're gonna
got-
confiscate it.
They
no,
are.
they're gonna search it. They're not confiscating
They
nothing.
are.
They are. That's a new rule, bro.
Yeah, okay. When I got all my stuff in there.
No, because I got a clear cookie tray on the top of my fridge. I'm just gonna empty that out, wash it, and I'll put all my in there.
Yeah.
All my stuff in there, and I'm literally just gonna like a pizza thing.
What if you take some of this home? Like, how can you bring
That's
that in?
what
your
Mr.
Mr.
B
That's
was
what Mr.
talking
B's been
about.
talking about.
Also, shout out to Mr. B, man. He might be annoying
He's
sometimes,
trying.
but he really helps and gives us freedom.
And now he might have to switch up his whole how the way he's gonna.
I know he's mad.
I know
Yeah,
I know
he's
he was
heated.
mad when he was. I remember what y'all talking about. He was mad. He was not happy with it. That
'Cause
might
then
be
we're
dumb.
we're not gonna be able to take anything home.
We would literally have to do this all in school now.
And that literally looks like a weapon bag.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
Especially in that
The tripod.
It looks like a
Yeah,
body
it looks
bag.
like
It looks like a body bag.
It's a body bag.
It's literally a body bag.
Now I literally get asked all the time if it's like a trombone. It's like, yeah, this definitely looks like a trombone.
Yeah, it's just Mr. B gives us a lot of freedom to
Yeah.
go record outside of school. Like, eventually, me and Brandon are gonna have our own podcast with multiple athletes coming on. So, yeah,
Stay
shout out to
tuned
B.
for that.
Shout out to Mr. B, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, how did y'all find this class?
When we toured, I liked it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is what I want to do after I coach and retire. Hopefully, it's just something easy to make money off of after. Just something I can enjoy instead of dreading getting up when I'm 50 or
Right.
something.
Right.
I was in 8th grade, and we was like, and we had this college and career readiness teacher, and shout out to Miss Johnson. She had us choose what career thing we want to do, and I said, like, I want to film, like, like some type of videos or skits, because so I think I'm funny, so like, why not film those and edit those? And she said choose something like this
Yeah,
class,
his
and,
takes are funny. Just wait. Just stay tuned for later in the episode.
and they're amazing. They're amazing. Trust me.
But for me, I was supposed to take this class last year, but for when I was gonna take it, they changed it from the morning to the afternoon, and so the band class I was in the is it morning or afternoon? No, it was. I think it was in the afternoon. So I wasn't gonna drop down a third band, so I stayed Ellison morning, and I picked graphic design and what is it called?
Oh, so you had Mr. Sutherland. Did you have Mr. Sutherland? Atlas?
No, I had Miss Sunshine.
Oh, the lady next door.
Yeah.
If you watch this, TJ, just know you're my guy.
No, guys, they're sophomores. We're freaking juniors. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we were talking about that
Oh,
on
looking
the.
old.
Yeah.
Uncle
Yeah.
Auntie
Unc
starting
and
soon?
It literally like
talking
we were
about it on the other podcast.
on the other podcast, it literally like shook me that when we have like the whole class here, me and her are the second and third oldest people, including Mr. B.
in this
yeah.
class.
I'm about to say who's the first oldest, but
Yeah, like
Dang,
Wait,
we're
which
not
one
old.
is-
The majority of us are going to split up next year. That's a crazy. I will. Hey, whoa, pause. I do not mean to cut y'all off. If I get Miss Santina Diaz next year, I'm transferring out of the career
oh
center.
my god.
no, I'm not. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be a fun another year, Miss Santini.
If we don't get the same class, I'm not doing it. Our seventh period
Russell, Kobe, James,
is a trophy.
everybody. It's a trophy, especially because of me.
Well, not. I want to say trophies because we still be on task for majority of the class, but we trying to lighten up. Miss Santini just does not like it at all.
I mean, sometimes she laughs with us, but
Nah, I had her last year. I had such a love-hate relationship with her because sometimes like her class was really fun, and other times she was like,
she said we're not doing.
David, what are you doing? She will always
No,
do that.
Brandon.
accent is on
no,
point.
Debiana.
Kobe, what are you doing? Kobe, go outside. I'm emailing your parents.
Russell, stop talking.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
She's a good person, though.
She's a great person.
Yeah, I remember last year it was me and 3 other friends. Like we were in a group and we used to talk all the time. And we had a group chat, and I still have it. It's called Miss Diaz and Most Hated.
That's the crazy
but it's
part.
just the troll. We literally just
For troll and
Troll.
other purposes.
other purposes. Hence, I sent the video that has some explicit terms in it.
What's the terms and homework? In other words, why can't we learn how to get rich or like financial literacy? Please? Like, why do we need
Isn't
to
that,
learn about
like,
this stuff
kind
that
of
we're not going to
business?
use?
Dude, in the real world,
That's why I love the Career Center.
Yeah, the thing is, like, there is like a class for like financials and stuff, but why is that one class?
That
Why is
needs to
like,
be a core class.
Exactly.
That needs to be a
Right.
core class.
like in physics, now in chemistry, she's talking about two things of hydrogen and oxygen make up water. Am I going to combine two things of hydrogen and the thing of oxygen? No, because I'm going to have water accessible to me
Yeah,
anyway.
like, I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be like combining atoms to make water. I'm just gonna buy it from the store. Like
Yo.
Like, why? Like, that is just annoying. And then she's talking about, like, you need to, what are we talking about now? Add molar mass? Where
my
do you
God,
find molar
moles.
mass from?
There's only
Moles. I hate
specific like
moles
things
so
in
much.
chemistry you need to learn. Like maybe if you're going into nursing and being stuff like that. But let's be honest, are any of us going to pursue that once we leave high school?
No, I'm
No.
pursuing something like for this
Coaching, maybe coaching for sure. For me.
podcasting. Yeah, something like podcasting. Something. I'm not doing no nursing.
honestly,
Hey, they be making that bread though, no cap.
Mhm.
nah, bro. But honestly, I want to be a film director, and if I ever need a scene where like somebody's doing math or science, I'm just gonna hire somebody to do the math and science for me. I'm not gonna do that.
Yes.
I'm not doing that.
I'm just be like, get me a mathematician, get me an astronomer. Like,
No, I don't mind doing math. Although some of the work in there is like he said it's just BS. Like
It's
some of the stuff
stupid.
we
It
don't
isn't.
need.
Why is
All the
letters
steps
in
we don't
math
need.
anyways?
Why is there add a coefficient to that variable? Why? We're not gonna need that in the real
I
world.
feel like you basically need to learn how. I feel like basic.
Math, adding, subtraction, and division and multiplication.
You
That's
know what?
all you need,
know what?
really.
Let's-
And
let's
man, I feel like you
change-
need the graphs too.
Let's change math into communicating with Siri. Like we need a class where we can
A-
talk to
AI,
Siri properly.
AI,
yeah,
AI
the-
generation.
the
It
amount
is
of
coming
AI
up.
apps I have on my
That's
phone
gonna be a
is
class?
Crazy.
No, not. It's like I feel like it's becoming more modern in this world. So like literally, I feel like once we grow up, this is all gonna be different. Like I feel like it's just
I-
gonna be straight AI.
That's what I feel.
That's what I fear. But see, I fear that because, like, no, I'm not saying. But I mean, it's a good thing because sometimes you could use it like for cooking recipes. If I'm like, if I don't know how to cook, for example, like chicken and shrimp pasta, like, and I need some recipes, ask AI, like, what should I do? But sometimes, like, I'm not gonna say. I mean, I do this too, but like, some people use AI for the wrong things. Like, how do you find this answer? Like, ask your teacher how to do that.
Right.
Second, imagine if we had all this in the pandemic era. I would not have failed a single
Single
class.
class,
at all.
man.
Real.
Man,
It
all
was-
we had
that-
back
that
then
was-
was
it
what
was
photo
hard to
math.
cheat
That's
back
all you.
then.
All you had. All you had
What
was
grade
photo.
I was in?
It was fifth going to sixth.
Fifth grade.
for
Yep,
us.
fifth going to sixth. Yep.
So I didn't even get my graduation.
Exactly.
I was so
Didn't
upset
even-
about
I was
that.
so. I was so
Oh,
mad about it. And there
yeah.
was even, you know what made me mad about it? Because during like April and May, they said there was even talks about just making everybody repeat the same grade.
Yeah, and
When
then
I
I
heard
was-
that, I said
When
no.
I said,
You
heck
better,
no.
you better
move
pass
us
me.
on. 'Cause-
Like,
but it sucked because there was some people that was not doing their work and they just got to move up. But majority of the
that
people,
was 75% or more. There was only maybe a select few who actually did it, and that's just the truth. That's not us
Yeah.
trying to talk down on it, but we're all at home, comfortable.
exactly. Don't make us happy.
yo, I had to go to summer school
For what?
after the the pandemic.
Really?
Yes,
Why?
because I didn't do anything.
Like you didn't do anything at all?
Well, I did, but it wasn't enough. And I thought they would pass me because like half of everybody passed, and they
Wait,
didn't
did you
do
go
anything.
back to school when they allowed everyone to go back to school?
No,
Oh, well, that's probably why.
That is probably why.
I went back to school and I made sure I got at least A's and
they
B's.
wouldn't. My parents wouldn't let me, and I was just like, bruh. And like I knew a lot of people who stayed like online, and they passed. And yo, I had like a 14 and like history.
Let me,
I'm
you know
not
what?
even
You know what? I don't want to go on the record and say this, but shout out to Mr. Reiner, my sixth grade history teacher. Cause I was at what a lot of people don't know is I was actually enrolled for Eastern Hills, but I ended up going to Smith, and I had a 17 going to Smith, right? But luckily, he was a nice guy, and he said, you know what? He told me, Brandon, come here. You had a 17, so I'm gonna save you on a report card, and I'm gonna cross out some of the bad grades you got. He put it all the way up to an 80 for me.
Oh my
I-
gosh,
He did that
W
for-
teacher.
I
Clone
had
that
the
teacher. Clone
worst
that teacher.
teachers possible for online.
Clone that
Miss
teacher, make him a
Fernandez,
teacher.
I hope you. You know what?
What middle school you went to?
I went
Patterson?
Miss Fernandez, I did not. I don't know what it's up with people giving the counselors giving me bad English teachers. Like the English teacher I have.
Hey, Miss
teacher I have
Hey.
right now.
Why are we? We're name dropping so
Okay,
bad.
pause. Let's rewind. Edit that out. Counselors, can y'all please give me a better English teacher to future reference? My 9th grade teacher was amazing. Can we keep the same repertoire of Mr. Gillum, please?
Like in 6th
You know
grade,
Mr. G, right?
this. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Like thank you for bringing up English teacher, because this lady was not only my English teacher, I think she was my math teacher as well. Now she was good in math. Well, honestly, because I'm kind of good at math and I kind of understand it better
Yeah.
than English, so I guess that's part of it. But in English, she was a roller coaster, up, down, up, and down. It was just bad, man. And Miss Meechner, I love you to death, but I don't think English is your thing. And she had an accent too. And like that's the thing. Like last year, like you said, I had Miss West. Shout out Miss West, that shoemaker. Does she still go there? Miss West, the English teacher?
I've
With the
never
English teacher.
heard.
Oh, she was my English teacher. Like, she was
No hate,
really
though,
good.
no hate, like.
She was really good. Like, can we keep people like that? And this year I got Miss Rivera, although she did have a little toot with us today, for a little incident I don't want to talk about.
Because for me, my best English teacher was Miss Oliver last year. She was like the most.
Heard good things about her.
Yeah, she was like the most I don't care kind of teacher, but in the best way possible. Like
There's a difference, like young teachers now who are like young and understand us. Like you can have a good young teacher relationship with us, but we also can learn and do assignments as well. And I feel like many of the old teachers who don't like the younger teachers
Right.
nowadays just really just make it very textbooky, like drill sergeant, like don't make it fun for learning. And kids don't learn like that nowadays.
Like, don't they? And thank you for bringing up textbook. Stop making it textbook heavy. We're in
Yes.
2025.
Computers is taking over.
laptops, exactly. Stop giving us textbooks, please, and thank you. Proceed.
Because tell me why my math teacher, he's making us like use textbooks right now, and it like makes me so mad. Cause like we have like all these worksheets, and like I like doing those worksheets. Like those worksheets are really easy, but like why make me do the textbooks with the word problems? Like
Like math, I love, like y'all know the little fill in the blank like word notes.
oh yeah,
Those are so easy and do. When they made us like convert to textbooks at the beginning of the year, I wanted to kill myself. No, well, not kill myself, but I hated it. Textbooks is just
high school.
yes. Thank you, Brandon. I just did not like it. Like the worksheets and then being able to use those notes and study off it for the worksheets was just how I learned, not just other ways. You good, bro?
But yeah, like you said with the I don't care teacher, like whoever said that was you, Nathan. Like my pre-cal teacher, I'm not gonna say his name, but he has an I don't care attitude. Like he literally lets like 4 people go out into the bathroom. He lets us take test home and do it. He literally he gives us a test and be like,
putting that out there, bro.
At least he didn't name drop
Yeah.
I'm name dropping him. But
because he's a W teacher.
yeah.
You gotta
He
keep him safe.
He literally lets us take the test home. Like he does not care. He'll give it to us on Tuesday and be like, bring her back to me on Friday. I'm like, wait, don't you know people can cheat on you? Like I don't care if
Because
you cheat.
teachers have lives, bro. Like,
Exactly. He doesn't like and he'll be like if you skip class and you show up late, he told us he's not gonna baby us. He said that's on you. This is your life. If you don't want to listen, then that's on you.
That's what. Okay.
Facts, big facts.
I feel like every Colleen as a whole needs to understand that. Like I get it, the phones are a problem, like it's very distracting, people have their own problems, but that's the thing, if they want to be on their phones, let them be on their phones.
As
If
long
they
as they're not
fail,
causing
Correct them,
distractions.
but bro, most of us, high school is all about growing and maturing. If they don't want to do it, that's their own fault.
It's
We gotta grow and
Exactly.
mature. Of course, you want to help them and stop them from that. Of course, we're not saying don't help them, but bro,
there's multiple different ways that you can help
Yes.
them.
He said,
Very-
don't force
then-
him. Don't force him to
because
be
I
something
guarantee
or
there's
not.
more problems now about the phones than y'all didn't have last year. And of course, they're gonna say academics are better, yada yada yada. No, bro. At
What's
least
that
high
quote?
school should have it. Maybe middle school should have the passes. High school should not, bro.
Yeah, and I feel like that was the thing too. Like from going from middle school to high school, I felt like
That was the most exciting thing I was a
Yeah.
part of. Because you can save so much on a phone and create memories on the phone that you
Like,
can always look at.
Exactly.
Yeah, like my sophomore year, last year when I was in the radio class, I remember we were learning about the history of radio and how it's like impacted the world and everything. And we had to take notes because he had like PowerPoints, and we had to take notes on that.
Being able to take a picture of the notes back in last
Not
year
even-
was so helpful.
Not even that. Like I literally walked up to my teacher and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Garrett, so I type
Shout
on
out
my
Mr.
phone-
Garrett.
Shout out Mr. Garrett. I was like, I type on my
You
phone like
retired? My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, he
He moved.
left after like last year. But I remember I was telling like, "Hey, Mr. Garrett, so I type on my phone better than on a keyboard. Can I just like use the Notes app and just take notes there?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And so I had an entire like huge document on my Notes app of just like all the notes.
And that's another thing with the phones. Like, what I always be like is like, as if they're just on their phone and they have their AirPods and they're not listening, then let them be. As long as they're not playing those stupid things out loud, then just let them be. Because like David said, like y'all said, it's all about growing and maturing. And if they don't really care, then so be it. They don't care about their life. They don't value their life.
That comes back at home though too. Bro.
Exactly. Their parents don't care either, or they do, but they're just not listening.
Like I don't know what it is. I just when I'm watching something and doing homework, that's when like I'm most peaceful and like that's where I actually get
And
work done.
listening to music too is a really big
Yeah.
thing.
Like I'm before I broke my Beats, which were kind of expensive by the way. I would just be in like my algebra class last year. I mean geometry. I'll just be in there, put my Beats on and watch like a Netflix or Disney Plus show and just do the work. Like, and she didn't say
And I
anything.
used to knock a lot of work out doing
Yeah.
that.
Is they doing that? But now we had to teach you, hey, put your phone up. Like I'm not distracting the class. It's
Nah,
not, that's what Kobe
that's what-
says.
That's what most good teachers do. Nowadays, like no name dropping, they'll take your phone right out your hand.
Miss Santini.
Or say, "What are you doing?" Or they're
Name drop
instantly write you
immediately.
Miss Santini, you're not a terrible teacher, but like Kobe doesn't even be doing anything. He'll just be on his phone looking at something. Put your phone away. Like,
or I'm calling your parents. Or well, obviously that's the discipline you have to take, right? But at least ask first. Hey, put your phone away, because that's the first discipline. And if they,
verbal warning, yeah.
it's just my thing is, bro. We're in high school. Majority of us are going to college, and y'all might not like it. This is not how it was back in the day. Our generation is a lot different from y'all's generation. Like,
Exactly.
many of these old head teachers really just do not like us.
The new generation.
The new generation.
Because
and
back
new
in my
generation
day,
teachers.
we would have got tore up in
Yeah.
front of our parents if we did this. Like, dude,
But, like,
that's the point.
and
That's
that's
you.
That's not us.
That's the
Like-
biggest thing I feel, because especially with this generation, AI is coming up, more technology is being brought into this world, and I feel like you just at this point you can't stop it.
Stop it. It's
It's
not
just
that
the
you can-
world is evolving, which
Yeah.
is a scary thing. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly,
It is with
but-
robots and everything like that.
Mhm.
Like speaking of AI, something that like really peeves me is that AI is a useful thing, but not in the way we're using it now. Like we shouldn't be using AI for script writing and like making images. Like there was this news article.
Pause. What was it? Them little AI like transferring it into different things. That's cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's
But I remember seeing this article, and it was like medical AI detects breast cancer 5 years before it actually develops. And like that's what you should use AI for, not for like making Studio Ghibli photos. Like if you wanna do that, you should learn. You shouldn't have AI doing it, because that's like taking jobs from people that should
Yeah,
have
there's
those
pros
are
and
creative
cons.
jobs.
there is definitely. I think there's more pros than cons, and it's just the type of person you ask.
Sorry.
It's just the type of person you ask. But I think majority is on the AI side. I'm not gonna lie.
But like, I know that AI is useful. Like, it makes things cheaper. But like, why use it for like things that are creative jobs, like writing and like there's a whole Coca-Cola ad that's made of AI, and not gonna lie, it looks terrible. So like, why use AI for that?
Hey.
Right, right.
No, like this is such a thing. Like, don't use AI for things that people should be doing, like creative jobs. Use it for things that people don't want to do, like detecting like cancer and stuff. Like that's useful.
Or helpful things. Like
Yeah.
like I said earlier, like helpful things. Like if you need help with cooking recipes, like that's not a bad thing. Like if I need help cooking a pasta, like hey, can you give me some tips on what I should do?
Now
Should I
that
thaw the
I've
meat out?
seen The Simpsons predict like more than 90% of what
Oh
That
my
is so
God.
with
real.
Trump and
That is
coronavirus. I'm terrified of what's next because some of the
They need to come up. No,
some of the shit they have be having on there is kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. And if that's what the world's becoming to be, I'm scared.
and about y'all saying the world is evolving and you're scared of it. One thing I'm scared about is 2032. They said something. We got a 5% chance of something of an asteroid hitting the Earth or something like that.
No real.
I heard
The
that.
asteroid won't it would definitely be devastating, but I don't think it would destroy.
Yeah,
destroy.
destroy us.
That'd be it would destroy. But it would destroy a lot of like resources.
I think around the 2050, 2060.
That's when
How many years is that from now? Like
35.
35. We'll still be. I think praying nothing happens to us. but
Right.
We'll still be alive. I think that's when the world's really gonna start getting
Yeah,
scary.
getting scary because I think
I think a lot of people have said 2050,
2050.
like where everything is gonna get like.
I think there's different universes. Like, there's no way this is the only.
This is the only living
universe
planet.
only
Oh my
living
gosh,
planet.
let's
There's no
get
way.
into
like
it.
Mars, bro.
No
like
way.
Mars, like I know Mars. Just bro, like put on a mask, put
Put
on some
on a
armor
mask.
suit, and just live and breathe. And if you're thirsty or something, then just zip it open a little bit and just get something. Like it's not that
Like,
hard.
I think there's a universe where I'm a girl, Brandon's a girl, Nate's a girl, and you're a boy. Like, I feel like
Alternate universes, yeah.
Alternate,
Very
yeah.
so many. Like, I think there's
We could
a
and
superhero universe. Like, I'm not crazy to think about that. I think there's a Power Ranger universe. Like, I think there's like stuff like concepts like
Universe where men can get pregnant. Sorry, I just
Yeah, like we're
no. That is a
like,
universe. I think that
he just had to put it out there.
Yes,
That-
yes. I think
that
there's
is true, though.
universes out there. It's crazy to think. I don't know the science.
I'm glad
behind
we
it, but
don't know.
There's no way I'm the only person who thinks like there's.
No, you're
Other
not.
I think there
universe.
is a superhero.
There
like
has
you
to be.
know,
There's
there has
no
to be,
way.
especially with them making all these. Like Superman is from Krypton or whatever they call it, Krypton or something like that. Like there is I feel like there's
Ooh,
something
that's
coming, ladies.
Another good topic. What is y'all's favorite Marvel movie?
Captain America: Winter Soldier. That is in my opinion, that is one of the best Captain America movies and Marvel movies because like it's very grounded in a sense. Like you're not dealing with aliens or gods or anything. You're dealing with a corrupt government. Like that is something a lot of people can relate to nowadays, and it has
creative too.
yeah, it has a lot of like emotional pull, a lot of politics, and it's really interesting in my opinion.
Does,
I love it.
Does Spider-Man count as Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Which Spider-Man though?
Probably one. The original is always better though.
Tobey Maguire.
No. Well,
Are you talking about Peter Parker? Like, oh, the first one. So far from home. I think that was the first one.
Homecoming.
Homecoming, not
Yeah,
far
yeah,
from
yeah.
home. I'm sorry, not to cut y'all, but you can't go home with getting bit by a radioactive spider and it's just shooting out with. You just can't. You can't
Do
get
y'all ever do that? Like
When I
just
was
have
younger, I was.
reflexes?
I used to just I seen a spider one the other day and I was like, man, just imagine getting bit by it. And instead of getting poison in you, you just get that sensation.
I'd be low key going like this.
Like my dad,
Whoa.
my dad got bitten by a spider at work, and the first thing he did was this.
My
He
dad
did the
got bit by a
Spider-Man
spider. I said, and he showed me the bruise. I said, dang, Dad. I'm like, it's like, I told him, I said, so you don't got no spidey senses coming in? He was like, say something stupid again, Brandon. I'm gonna slap you.
No, but sometimes I be having reflexes and you gotta check.
You gotta check.
Yeah, you got it.
You gotta check. You just gotta, see
Right,
if a
if
web
a-
comes
If I
out
see
or
a
something.
If I see a black widow, I'm not
I
gonna
do
lie.
that in the
If I see a
shower,
black
like-
widow, I'm running. That
No,
thing.
actually.
In the shower, I be feeling like water be coming out my fingers and stuff like that.
Wait,
Cause it'll be dripping. It'll be dripping off. It'll be dripping.
that is so real.
No.
Nah.
'Cause in the shower, I'll be making up scenarios like if I was in a movie.
That is so real.
I'll be acting scenes out.
Mine, it has to be Black Panther for me. Both of them were amazing. People really didn't like the second one. I loved the second one.
The second one was amazing.
And now, not gonna lie, now watching shows is really different after learning like all the shots and stuff. I'll be like, we be doing the exact same thing, but
Like,
Yeah.
the editing is top tier.
yeah, like now I'm watching like movies and shows, and like I'm always like, oh, that's such a sick transition, or like, oh, that must have taken so long to edit, and like it makes movies better, but it also ruins them because I can't just like sit back and watch it. I gotta be like, ooh, that's a cool shot. Ooh, that's
Right.
a nice J cut. Like, let me just watch the movie.
Do you have what's your favorite cereal? I don't know.
Cereal, I'll give you my top three: Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Captain Crunch. and Fruit Loops.
Mm.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna lie, it's very bland, but number one, Frosted Flakes, then
I've never liked Frosted Flakes.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not gonna lie.
honestly.
no. The way I eat it,
The way Brandon talks sometimes, I swear to you, he's black. I'm just gonna let y'all know now. He does not act like a black person sometimes. The way the stuff he just dislikes.
I don't like mac and cheese. Like, it's terrible.
What?
Everybody.
the Islanders are.
Everybody.
I'm sorry.
It must have been the person's mac and cheese you tasted or something.
Yo, okay. Like, now, before y'all say anything, I know I got off topic, but like, so my friend had asked me today because I sent him because I was snapping him on Snapchat, sent him a picture of me eating. Bro, it's really good. It's really good. I had me a bowl. I had some white rice and I put some ketchup on it. That was so good, dude. Like, it's just ketchup rice.
I used to do that with barbecue sauce, but I'm Korean.
Okay.
I know that sounds weird. So we eat rice with literally everything. I've literally had to cut down how much rice I
You're
taste.
Korean?
Yes. Black, white, and Korean.
Okay, because you're
Honestly,
my mom.
Honestly, I've tried rice with ketchup. Not bad.
It's not.
It really
it's weird.
isn't.
Y'all gonna call us weird, but
It really
I'm
isn't.
saying, see, people.
I'm not
agree
gonna lie.
with me.
But by itself for like a snack, I can't do it.
I would do that. I could do that for a snack. Like, sometimes I'll get mashed potatoes and rice, and I'll just put like ketchup all over it, and a little bit of mustard on it too.
Mustard
No,
is
mustard, no.
crazy.
Mustard is
It's
disgusting.
good. Like, that'll be a snack to me. Like, that's so good. Like,
Y'all comment down below what you would prefer.
Wait, so when you get like fried eggs, do you like it when the yolk is still like
I cook it
Sunny
where
side up
it's
or-
still-
Sunny
sunny
side up?
side up?
I cook it
I
where it's a
sunny
little
side
bit
up.
cooked, but when you poke in it, you get cooked, but the yolk still comes out. I cook it
I
like
it
perfect like
fully
that.
Sunny side
Yeah,
up,
sunny
like-
side up.
Really?
Me
I
too.
like it a little bit cooked.
My brother is Trayvon. He hates that. Cause like, I remember one time he made me one of those sunny side up sandwiches, and I bit into it, and the yolk squirted. He looked. He was like, "Is she good there?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's good." Then he was like, "That is so nasty." He's like, "You're just eating yolk." I'm like, "Trayvon, it's good." Like, he
Well,
just says,
one of my favorite snacks is cooking 4 eggs, putting it on top of better rice with kimchi and hot dogs. Y'all gotta try it.
Kimchi is fire.
Wait, y'all,
Yeah,
wait, that's the
that's
whole
so
thing.
good.
Putting, like, not trying to be funny, glizzies on like your
No,
rice.
you cut it up. You cook them first. You cut them up. You put it in the rice.
Wow.
Some people season their rice. I don't do
Because
that. I
I've
just do
seen-
regular
I've seen
seasoned rice
somebody
and
make,
cook
like,
eggs and put it on top of it with some
I've
kimchi.
seen this Asian YouTuber. He asked somebody to make like food like that for him, and this dude put like a sausage in his mouth. I'm like, that is disrespectful to
No,
like.
it's not. Or you
this
can put
culture.
spam. Spam's good with
But
it.
I'm like, I did not know. I thought that was because I've never seen nobody do that. So I'm sorry to the Asian and like Korean community. I'm sorry. I thought that was disrespectful to put sausage in there.
Into Brandon's favorite topic. We'll talk about the NFL draft first. Then we'll get into last night's game.
Y'all have any NFL teams?
No,
They're-
but I do
they're
think
not
the
more
Rams
of
have
a
a cool
Yeah, we're not
logo.
really sports.
Guys, we're diehard
The
sports
Rams?
fans. LSU fan here.
Just for their logo. Just for their
Say
logo.
something about the Rams.
Hey, I say their logo looks cool. That's
the
it.
logo is fire. But we're gonna go over last night's games: the Lakers, Wolves, Pacer, Bucks, Grizzlies, OKC. Then we'll
That's
go
the
over tonight's
NBA
games, but
teams?
we're gonna start with the NFL draft.
Yo, this is low key. This is a taste of their podcast that's gonna come soon. So, this is what you're gonna hear a little bit.
So who do I think? Who you think the steal of the draft will be? And what's your term by steal? The steal is like somebody that wasn't expected. It's kind of obvious. The person that wasn't expected to be good. The person that
Was it
expected to go in the
top,
second.
like top rated, like
Who isn't getting talked about a lot?
I think McMillian or Mika Buka is really gonna be the steal of the draft, especially Mika. I think, but of course,
There's talks
before
about McMillan going like. So I don't know if he would be a steal. People really think he's good.
people do like one person I've really dropped down about is Luther Burden. Burden is not he's really slid down the board, but my thing is really probably I think Amika Buka should go first round, bro. Like those back end teams who really need like a good receiver, I think they should do it.
You know,
And Jalen Milroe should not go to the third round.
he should not go to the third round.
Be in the second, top second, late second.
To me, but after what I seen him do against the
Yeah,
Oklahoma,
but I feel like he can develop, and there's a lot of things in the red zone he can do.
I will
and
say
bring to
this.
bring diversity.
I will say this: if
Creative
all the
way to
if all the quarterbacks in this draft reach their ceiling, he would probably be. You could argue
The
say
top.
he'd be the best one.
But
he
I
just
think
needs
the
to
best
work on his
quarterback in this draft class right now is Cam Ward, in my opinion. Brandon just refuses to agree with me. Yes, he did not play top tier defenses in the league, but his accuracy, people don't say it. He has one of the best arms in this draft. And I just think he gets under a good offensive staff. I hope he doesn't go number. If it goes number one, he might be thing. But I think another person be like who will rise late. I was trying to tell people last year, Jaden Daniels is going to be whoever gets him is going to exceed. And luckily it was the Washington Commanders who I have again going to the playoffs in this upcoming season. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, bro, I think that's going to be Jackson Dart this year.
Oh, now he wants to hop. No, guys, before he say anything,
Because Jackson Dart looked terrible. Jackson Dart, this is at the beginning of the college football season. Brandon said Ole Miss had the best offense. Mind you, they wasn't playing nobody.
and hear me out. I said that I think he was. I thought he was going to win Heisman before the year started. I said I think they were going to have the best offense, and for the first couple of weeks, it looked like they were. Would you agree with that? For the first couple of weeks, it looked like.
I guess nobody's. They're supposed to do that. Everybody was doing
now,
that.
Had Alabama been playing that competition, would y'all have been saying they wasn't playing nobody? Or would you be giving Jalen Milroe credit? That's my point.
No, bro. People have schedule week one opponents. Unlike my team, LSU just continues to lose week one. Apparently, just start the season off shitty.
Do you think? Thank you for bringing it up. You think you're gonna win Clemson and Death Valley?
I think we will. I think Brian Kelly. I think he's on the hot seat this year. He knows.
What if he loses week one? Do you think
we go out and get one of the best transfer portal class. We have one of the deepest wide receiver cores. We have the deepest wide receiver core in college football.
Anderson.
We have a top 5 quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier, a veteran at that. Our O-line is we got picked up our interior where we needed to
improve.
Defense, we have Went Weeks, Harold Perkins. We have a 5-star DJ Pickett who's going to get a lot of reps. And this is a lot of young, experienced team. A lot of people don't know Stamps, all them. They were sophomores last year playing a lot. Our defenses were terrible. Jaden Daniels here, we wasted possibly a college football national championship team right there because how good our offense was. But our offense is going to improve. We got to be able to run the ball this year. But, yeah, I think.
And like he said, they had a really good offense, but it was the complete opposite for my Oklahoma Sooners. It was an abysmal damn year for us this year. It was terrible offensively. It was as bad as it can get.
I told Brandon I didn't think they was going to win a lot of games. I didn't think Oklahoma was going to do a lot
before the injuries
just as
happened,
well as
though.
Texas did. I knew Texas was going to do well just because
their
of schedule. And you can't lie, they're talented, bro. They have probably, I say in the SEC right now, they're up there with Georgia, bro.
Fully healthy. If everybody was fully healthy last year, Oklahoma could compete with anybody in talent. Outside of maybe Ohio State. Outside of Ohio State, there's not a team you can say
that's another team. If they could if their quarterback plays good this year, I can see them going back to back.
I think he can win Heisman, Julian saying. But Jeremiah Smith will probably. But Jeremiah, he was a 5-star. You act like he's a bum.
Bro, I think Bryce Underwood's gonna be.
Don't.
People really say he's gonna struggle. I think they're gonna be able to run the ball like Michigan always has been. He's gonna be able to lean on that and have a good season.
First of all, they're not beating. They're gonna be a really good.
Michigan.
They're not beating
27-20. Mark my words.
They're
against
not
Oklahoma.
They're not beating. First of all, nobody's gonna even score 20 points that game. It's gonna be an amazing defensive. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game.
Like 13-10.
16, 14, 17, 14. I think. Listen,
20 is not even high scoring though.
Like
27,
20. 27. You said they was gonna score 27. That's a lot. That's dang near 30 points. But I mean, listen. I will say this: if they can run the dang ball on us, then they're probably.
That's why I feel like that's what's gonna make them dangerous because Bryce Underwood is very underrated. He is a big body to take down at the quarterback position.
If they average at least 4 yards per carry, they will beat us. They'll beat us 34 to like 13. If they average at least 4 yards per carry, they'll blow us out.
I think they will, but I don't think they're going to be able to. I think y'all will be able to get stops.
Because our run defense, we had one of the best. Listen,
I'm
that's
still
what made our
not
defense
as
good.
high on y'all's offense as you think y'all are. Y'all got good things out the transfer.
We just got one of the best running backs. Dude, we just got one of the best running backs.
Yes,
and we got an O-lineman.
We got to see it first. And, this is a new
we got to see our receiver. We got to see our receiver.
Our offense has been good the last 4 years.
But we got to see
about?
Receivers. Some of our receivers were in terrible.
Who?
Nick Anderson was hurt. Nick Anderson was hurt.
Okay, that's fine. Nick Anderson's probably not even going to start. It's going to be Aaron Anderson, Chris Hilton Jr., and Xavier Thomas. No, Barian Brown. My bad.
No.
Either way, they're all going to be rotational guys.
Nick Anderson's going to be on the outside. He's starting.
Okay, Nick Anderson. And Anderson is going to be in the slot. We have the deepest receiving court in the thing. So even if Nick Anderson doesn't have the best season, we have guys right under him.
He's your best receiver. From a potential standpoint, he's your best.
I
Trust me.
think the other Anderson's better. Has a better potential.
He's just faster. That's it. He does not
Nah,
have better
'cause
hands.
he has better playmaking. You can get more out of him in
You
offense.
can. Nick Anderson is 6'4".
Because we have
Nick,
we
you can
have
throw
our
a goal-
secure
you can
hands
throw
guy with Trey Desgrid and all those other tight ends we picked up out the portal.
Yeah, including Bauer, Sharp from Oklahoma. Y'all just love stealing our players, don't y'all?
But
And another thing, like you said about our offense, I think our offense will be improved. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be top. Some people say it's going to be top 10. That offense is not going to be top 10. But it's not going to be 100th in the country, like 100 something in the country like it was last year. But I guarantee you,
hard to watch y'all's games.
I
Y'all
would.
struggled to score against us, and our defense improved, but was still not good.
But we scored against Bama though. That's all that matters.
Defense wasn't good last year either.
But we whooped that ass.
Oh my
Sorry
God,
for the language.
he's a Bama hitter. So
I know-
going into we're gonna transfer here over to the NBA. I am more of a basketball guy. I play basketball, and Brandon's more of a football guy.
I played football too, by the way.
So we're gonna start with the Grizzlies, OKC. We're not gonna take too much time on this because
The Grizzlies, they're a shit show. Excuse me.
no. Let me go
Excuse
on
my
a little
language.
bit.
No, no.
Brandon does not like OKC. For
That
some
is
reason.
not true. I'm from OKC. That is not my
He
team.
does not. When we start our pod after the football season ends and we transfer over after basketball, we're gonna start. Every episode, we're gonna have a prediction. We're gonna predict all the big games from each week. We're gonna keep tallies with it, and we kept tallies with majority of the games for the NBA this year when we started from. And he just does not like OKC. And I try to tell him their defense is going to be one of the best because they have nothing but two-way players, and their as Hartenstein and Chet is really good paint defenders. And the Grizzlies are not going to hear him. This is going to be a 4-game series, and OKC is going to be healthy.
You can still
and
play
ready
Hartenstein off
against
the
Nuggets
court.
or
You can play
whoever
Hartenstein off
Clippers.
the court because Chet. I will say this: Chet is harder to play off the court just because simply I think he's a better offensive player, which is obvious. But I think he's a better
He's
a better perimeter defender.
That's
though.
why he's playing the 4.
But Hartenstein, you can play off the court. He's kind of. I'm not saying he's Rudy Gobert, but you can play him off the course. He's not that good perimeter defensively.
Of course, not all
y'all
bigs are
had
going
success.
to. You say
Y'all
the
had
same thing
success
about
putting him in a
Jokic.
pick and roll and him guarding Curry, and it was not good. He was not good guarding Curry in a pick and roll. I've seen him guard Jalen Brunson in pick. It's not good.
That's fine. But one thing from watching both games, bro, their guards are so heavily aggressive and great defenders, bro. They can probably be able to switch that and run a small ball lineup and match our small ball. I won't be surprised if they do that and be able to run around.
They ain't matching us. We got Luka now, and Luka torched he torched that same team last year. Only difference is they got Hartenstein, who I said is just like Gobert to me. So we're gonna play him off the court.
But once
And
again,
Luka
this is
torched that team.
inexcusable by the Grizzlies to begin absolutely dominated back-to-back games.
And this is inexcusable
Going
to fire
back
your
to
head
Grizzlies.
coach. And probably you fired your head coach before a big game against the Lakers. Like, what are we doing? And now, can we transition to the other game, the Pacers versus Bucks?
My SGA had 27 last night. Didn't just shoot. Really hasn't shot the ball well from 3 this series.
Who
so far.
hasn't?
SGA, but Jalen Williams. This is a good, confident series building for Jalen Williams. This is going into the next round.
Yeah, and watch
Because
him.
the Clippers and Nuggets. That series is
He gonna lay an egg
7-game
against.
series.
And that's the problem. Listen, I love J-Dub, but you're just a casual. What Flight say? You're still a casual until you prove more. You're still a casual, buddy.
Hey, transferring to the Pacers for Bucks. Me and both Brandon put Bucks at 7.
The Bucks will come. I think they'll make adjustments for Game 6. Game 3.
I think going in Game 5 is gonna be 3-1, bro. You can't lie, bro. The
I think
Pacers
it'll
look
be
really
2-2.
good.
I think because especially I seen something. I didn't really watch the full game, but I seen something when they made that comeback. But listen. They saw something. You got to put Tyrese Halliburton in a pick and roll. He can't guard. He can't guard nobody to save his life.
Yes,
You put him in a pick and roll,
that's very true.
and they can't stop you. They can't stop Giannis.
They can't, but they're letting. But
Off
this
the
is
bench,
what
Bobby Porter's. I think the role players like specifically Kuzma, Trent, and
Kuzma
Kerry-
has to step up, bro.
It's at home. I think they'll do it. He's a
And
better
this is
home
why I
player.
said they should have never traded Chris Middleton.
And
bro.
they should have got some. They should have got somebody like who could they have gotten from like a team like I don't know. They could. Who could they have gotten though?
I would have got
Kelly
someone better
Oubre,
than
Kelly
Kuzma.
Oubre from the Sixers,
Bro.
bro.
But I just think the Pacers' ball movement in this and dribble penetration there's been no restriction from it. From watching both games, there just hasn't. Their ball movement has been amazing. Miles Turner has looked amazing. Tyrese Halliburton hasn't scored the ball well, but he's finding guys that's using his best offensive trait and assisting the ball and facilitating amazing.
But he has to. But see, that's another. You talking about stepping up? He's
In
gonna
the
have
next
to step.
series, they will have to step. They will have to play the Cavs, right? If the Cavs win.
If the
we'll,
Cavs,
we'll get into that.
we'll
that
get into
soon.
that series because they play tonight. But like I said, I think they'll perform better. Tyrese Halliburton has to step up because especially when they go to Milwaukee, these role players you have to assume. I'm assuming guys like Kuzma and Gary Trent and Tari and Prince will make shots. I think Dame will be better. He got the little rustiness, a little bit of the rust off, and he'll perform better at home.
Bro,
And Giannis will be much better. Bobby
cool.
Portis is just good.
Defensively, they haven't shown nothing for me to.
Neither have the Pacers. Like
No, you can't say that.
That's just
They're-
due to,
no,
that's
this
just
is
due
what
to
they're
players
doing.
missing shots and not Dame.
No, this is what they're doing. They're letting Giannis do whatever he wants. That's smart. And here, let me explain why. Giannis was always going to score 30 regardless. We all know that. It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. They're
what
limiting.
like saying Antetokounmpo.
Acampo.
Acampo. Are we
Shout out,
serious, dude?
slide with the FTC, man.
Make team stand up.
They're limiting their role players, bro. They're letting Giannis do whatever he wants, and they're limiting their role players and playing not maybe the best defense, but the Pacers are more not of a defensive team anyways.
But you got to look at it.
Are they doing better than us?
But see, here's the thing. I think that's going to change when Dame gets better because Dame, I think, is going to get hot in Milwaukee, and they're not going to be able to just let Giannis do what he wants to do.
Yeah, but they got to
Because then
stop.
they gotta focus on
stop.
Dame.
They got to stop their ball movement, bro.
I think they will. Doc Rivers. Sorry, he can't. He sucks, but I believe he'll make adjustments just because he.
I don't know, bro. I wish I could change it, but yeah, Pacers in 5, man.
And I'm still taking the Bucks in 7. Yeah, I might say. You know what? I'm taking the Bucks in 6 now. I think they'll win 4 straight. I think they'll make adjustments and win 4 straight.
Here he goes with his take. So I'm gonna mute myself for this next series for Lakers versus Timberwolves. He's gonna get the whole floor from the rest of the 3 of us, and we're gonna let him go on his rant, his 5-minute rant.
Okay, so first of all, it was what I watched last night. They made really good adjustments. They didn't give them open shots, and like credit to like what David said off the air. He said that they didn't shoot a bunch of threes because the Lakers are playing better defense, and they didn't let them shoot a bunch of threes. And one thing I want to say, Luka Doncic, you are just sensational. You are amazing. And Rudy Gobert, you are trash. You were trash. And Julius Randle, you can drop. How many points he had? What, 24, 25, 27, 6, and 4. Dookie, you were sorry too. You're only playing good because it's the Lakers. If this was the Clippers, you'd be having 7 points and 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Another thing, Timberwolves, y'all are a bunch of crybabies and wussies. Y'all act so tough in the post-game interview saying, oh, yeah, this all right. They just want the Lakers to win. We just going to do our job. Smiling on the court, trying to say Nas Reed telling Austin Reeves he going to slap Austin Reeves in the face. Like, Jaden McDaniels being a dick. Sorry. And tripping Luka Doncic on purpose. Is that what we really do? That's not no tough act. That's a bunch of wussies to me. Y'all ain't tough. Y'all try to act physical, and then y'all want to complain about fouls. Hence, that's why Ant Edwards keep getting fined so much. Stop talking so much in the post-game interview, talking about my is bigger than yours. And another thing, Lakers in 6, by the way. We're going to win this series. They're not better than us. They're not good. I told you, they weren't like that. They was not going to hit 21 threes like they thought they were. Smiling on the court, hitting them transition threes. Mike Conley got a 3-on-1.
So
Lakers in 6.
I told Brennan off air I think the Lakers are going to win this game, and I think they're going to split in Minnesota too.
I agree with that too. We're going to split.
You could just tell their leader stepped up defensively. Luka still is a cone. Don't get it twisted. They attacked anytime Anthony.
He's really good in passing angles, though. He is. You can't lie. He's good in deflecting.
That's fine,
passing
but on the
angles.
perimeter, he's just as bad as Rudy Gobert.
He's better though than Rudy Gobert.
He better be.
Oh, he is.
I have the Lakers in 6. Originally for my original bracket, but I can see this game going to 7 series or going back to LA. I just think Ant-Man's he's that competitive, and that's just the mentality he had, and that's how he had it with
He's
Denver.
faking it.
Brandon is
I'm
very
telling
much.
you, he's a dog. You're a dog, but everybody
He's
else
a
they
bias.
wussies.
Now can we see Chris Finch get their guys to adjust? Now defensively, offensively, what can you do create with this new pressure? The Lakers finally matched Timberwolves' intensity. Jaden McDaniels has to hit shots. Coming back in, he was 3 for 11 last night. Yeah, that, and I'm just interested. This is probably the most excited series outside of my team, which is the Warriors. So we're transferring to tonight's games.
Wait, in the Nuggets and Clippers, I know we're not going to talk about that much today, but that's going to be an amazing series.
We smell 7 games.
We each said Nuggets in 6, but I could go Nuggets in 7 or Clippers in 7. I don't know.
Tonight's games, we got Warriors versus Rockets at 8:30, Heat versus Cavs at 6, I think, and Orlando and Celtics at 6:30. And we're gonna start with that matchup first. Orlando just couldn't muster enough offense playing Boston. And I told Brendan that. That's why I can see Celtics in 5 or 5 or 4, just because not having Jalen Suggs really hurt. But Tatum is doubtful for tonight's game.
With a bone bruise in his wrist. And like you said, their offense was not good. And Brent Carroll was the only one. I know Franz had like 26 points.
His
like
shooting, there was a stretch where he was just inefficient.
He's too inefficient. That's my prime. Like that's what David said. I said Celtics in 6. I think Orlando can win a couple of games, but they're too inconsistent, and especially like with Franz. And Ben Carroll will have stretches like that too. He will have 28 points, but he will be 9 of 30. Like 28 points on 30 shots is not efficient. So like that's the problem. And these role players like KCP, Anthony Black,
They got to hit shots.
They got to hit those open shots. But it's so tough because guys like Derek White and Drew Holiday and Jalen
The
Brown are
Celtics
just
have the best role
pounding them.
players.
They have
the most. How do I
Complete
say
team.
Complete team, yeah.
They have a superstar in Tatum. They have a star in Jalen Brown. You can say they have a borderline star in Porzingis, I think, and they have two borderlines. You have two borderline stars. They have literally a superstar and 4 stars.
Drew Holiday is very unappreciated and underrated for what he does. He did to Luka last year.
And mind you, Luka still averaged like 30 points or something like that in that series. So he can do whatever he wants. But if Luka's gonna drop 30, but Luka, like I said, Luka lost, so it doesn't matter.
When I'm telling you, when it becomes
That was Jalen Brown though guarding him. Sorry.
When it comes to LeBron and Lakers glazing, you see how hyper he gets with his takes. But anyways,
Whoa.
First Cavs. This is the most controversial series
that we have
talked about.
Because we've agreed on every
year, bro. Thinks the Heat are going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yo,
no, they do not have enough. No, let me go on my little rant. This guy over here thinks that it's the Heat's coach Spo. Yes, coaching does matter in the finals. The Cavs have just looked amazing. They last night, past couple playoffs, Donovan Mitchell has not had the help he needs. Now he does. Ty Jerome is starting to come into a great 6-man. He has the 2 bigs to do it, similar to OKC. And let me get it. He doesn't like OKC either. I think the Cavs will win this in 4 or 5 once again. That's what I had on my bracket. And this has the Heat going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I was like, they don't have enough. They don't.
Okay, mind you guys, this is the same guy.
He also had Dallas. His bracket had Dallas going to the Western Conference Finals too, bro.
And I admit I was wrong about that. I expected guys like Klay Thompson to shoot the ball better and PJ, but they didn't. And I was wrong, and I made up about that. But let me talk about this Heat series for a second. First of all, that's one game. So I'm not. Ty Jerome is. You act like he's this huge playoff performer. That's one game.
That's
now,
confidence building.
Now,
we agreed on that.
I will say this: if Ty Jerome was going to shoot the lights out like that, then God damn it would be Cavs in 4, and I would have to pay David his $20. But no, I don't think that's going to happen. They're not consistent enough. I just don't like them. Outside of Donovan Mitchell, I don't trust nobody else on a consistent basis.
Which I agreed with, but I told you this is a different season and a different team. This is a first-year head coach, which I did give him props for.
Mm-hmm.
But the game was competitive, but as expected, the more talented team pulled ahead.
But
if the Heat don't split tonight, the series is over, bro.
They'll tie the series back in Miami regardless.
All right,
so here's my thing. Coaching matters. They don't have nobody to they match up honestly kind of well if you think about it.
Who do they have?
First of all, they have the 2 bigs with Adebayo and Khalil Ware to match up. They also have Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero is comparable. You can compare him to Donovan Mitchell. He's a star. They're both stars.
I'm taking Donovan Mitchell's defense over Tyler Hero's though.
I guess. Donovan Mitchell isn't that good of a defender in my opinion. You can ISO
He's
him.
better offensively.
Who's better offensively? Tyler Hero is better offensively. Just because
I'm taking Donovan Mitchell, bro.
No. If the Martians are pointing a beam at you, who would you want taking the last shot?
Donovan Mitchell.
Tyler Hero. Literally, his last name is Hero. He can save the day.
Just because his last name is Hero doesn't mean shit.
I'm just saying.
We will talk for 30 minutes if we
Heat
let this
7.
guy keep talking about it. We got 2 minutes left on the pod, realistically. So we're going to end it with Warriors Rockets. I am a Warriors fan. We played.
And he's
great.
biased too. He's
I'm
biased.
not biased.
Yes, he is.
I
Yes,
said this game
yes,
could
he-
go to 7
yes,
series.
he is.
And I said 6.
Let me tell you something, guys. If you're role players, if you're not like a Jokic or a LeBron or somebody like that, or a Luka, or unless you're on the Warriors, he says you suck. Like Kyle Kuzma sucks. OG Anunoby sucks.
I love OG
No,
Anunoby.
Josh Hart, they suck. They're not good.
I
He makes-
never said
he-
that.
they
Oh
suck.
my God.
If they're not
He
on
takes
the
stuff
Warriors,
too late. Can I get my rent, please? It's
they're
my.
not
I
on-
gave you your rent.
Yes,
I gave you your rent.
you may have the floor,
Okay,
bride.
okay.
I'm joking.
Jesus. Oh my God. I think if we win this tonight, the Rockets are cooked. Their inexperience really showed late last night. I mean, when we last played them, Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry are him, and we need pods and everyone else to shoot better. I don't think it's going to be as low scoring. I think the Rockets are going to shoot the ball better, for sure. But I got Warriors in 6. I think the Rockets probably might take this game, but Josh Hart is an amazing player. It's the main reason why the Knicks made their run last year, and so did OG Anunoby. Once we start a pod, we'll see how bad his takes are. But that's it. Thank you, Jaylani.
I'm
and
right half the time.
Jaylani, for having us on and giving us a little sneak peek of what the people are expected for. And this is just the beginning.
This is just the beginning, guys. So all the little good takes that y'all think about,
I'm
you're just gonna
really
get more.
excited for it, honestly. I mean, it looks like you guys can talk for like hours, which is really good for content.
Oh,
Really?
I can. I can.
I think the problem is it's probably just a little bit controversial. But I feel like it is attention also.
I think we'll grab a lot of people.
a lot of people would understand.
I'm gonna post a poll on Facebook and all over social media of how many people would be interested in it. Because this is just a certain part. This is gonna be only a segment of what
Can
we
we
do.
add more people to it? Like I know if it's just me and you, like, who can we?
That's
add?
it. We're still in the works of it, but
My guy Daniel Frag.
we're gonna have many guests on. Like our first guest for week 1 of the football coach, I really want to have Toby Foreman and Brandon Brown Jr. on for the pod. That's future Rushers. That's in the works. Hopefully. Thank you, Jaylani, for having us on. Our class ends in about a couple minutes, so we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys for
Yep.
coming on. This was an amazing time. And thank you.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. And thank you to my guests for coming on the podcast. I hope you liked it and enjoyed. Sorry for the language and sorry for the controversy. But stay tuned in. Probably trying to put out every week Friday. So stay tuned for next week. And thanks for listening to Never Enough Said with Hani.
And by the way, last thing,
Okay.
Miami Heat in 7. That's all I gotta say. Miami Heat in
Curry
7.
for 3, Light the Beam, Time Machine, Warriors in 5.
Ant-Man,
Lakers in
Batman, Sheep Man, Lakers in 5.